The Night the Sky Changed, a New Jersey UFO tale. In the quiet town of Pinehurst, New Jersey, the stars twinkled brightly on a crisp autumn evening. 11-year-old Sam Turner had just finished his homework and was outside, sitting on the grass in his backyard. He loved stargazing, especially on nights when the sky felt especially clear. Tonight, however, something was different. The usual drone hum of distant machines, local deliveries, security cameras, maybe a neighbor's drone hovering for fun, faded away, and all that remained was the peaceful silence of the night. But then something caught Sam's eye. Far above, just at the edge of the trees, a strange light flickered. It wasn't like a plane or a helicopter, and it certainly wasn't one of those shiny delivery drones he sometimes saw zipping around town. This light was brighter, flickering in and out, moving erratically as if it wasn't sure where it wanted to go. Sam squinted and stood up, his curiosity piqued. It was then that the light grew larger and brighter, and before he could even think, a strange buzzing sound filled the air, almost like the hum of 1,000 drones, but deeper, somehow metallic. His heart raced, his instincts telling him to run inside, but his legs wouldn't move. From the sky, a shadow began to descend. A massive craft, more circular than any aircraft he had ever seen, floated into view. Its lights flashed a brilliant green, purple, and blue, shimmering like a kaleidoscope. It hovered silently above the trees, casting an eerie glow on everything below. Sam could hardly breathe. The craft hovered for what felt like hours, although it was only minutes. Then, without warning, a beam of light shot down from it, illuminating the backyard like a spotlight. Sam was frozen in place, unable to take his eyes off the sky. And then, there was a strange sensation. His feet lifted off the ground and suddenly he was rising, floating upward toward the craft. It wasn't like a dream. It felt real. He could see the ground growing smaller beneath him, the once familiar backyard now a distant blur. Just as Sam reached the edge of the beam, something peculiar happened. He could hear voices, whispers almost, like wind brushing through the trees. Then the light changed. The beam was no longer pulling him up. Instead, he felt himself gently floating back down. His feet softly touched the grass again. He looked around, dazed. The UFO was now gone, the sky above as clear as it had been before. Sam stood in his yard, heart pounding, his eyes scanning the horizon. The strange drone-like hum had vanished, replaced by the ordinary nighttime sounds. The crickets chirping, a car passing by on a distant road. But something had changed. A small metallic object lay at his feet, a sleek black disc, no bigger than a baseball. Sam picked it up cautiously, feeling its smooth surface, cool to the touch. It seemed oddly familiar, like something he had seen before. But where? Just then, his phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen. It was a news alert. UFO phenomena spotted over Pinehurst. Local authorities investigate mystery lights. Sam's heart skipped a beat. He clicked the link and began reading. The article described strange lights hovering over Pinehurst earlier that evening, as well as several drones in the area that seemed to be malfunctioning during the same time. Drones? Sam thought. He knew exactly what the article meant, those delivery drones he'd seen buzzing around Pinehurst. But what did they have to do with the UFO? Was there a connection? The article also mentioned other sightings in nearby towns, but they hadn't been able to confirm what the lights were. Some people even claimed to have experienced strange dreams afterward. Sam turned the phone off, still holding the mysterious object in his hand. He looked up at the sky, half expecting the UFO to return. But all he saw was the quiet, peaceful night. He didn't know what had just happened. Was it a dream, a strange phenomenon? Or had the UFO, along with its light beam, really come down to visit him, like something out of a science fiction movie? Whatever it was, Sam knew one thing for sure. Pinehurst would never be quite the same again. The mystery of the night sky, the drones and the UFOs would live on in his mind. And perhaps, just perhaps, he wasn't the only one to have seen it. As he walked inside, Sam made a silent promise to himself. He'd keep an eye on the sky, because who knew what might happen next in this quiet corner of New Jersey?